Out of nowhere, there is a brand new video about Planet Zoo 2 with a couple of new things to look at, including the Przewalski horse, kind of officially confirmed, announced, whatever you want to call that. So, for context, I was just doing something completely different on my computer right now, and there was even not, I didn't even plan a video for today. I was working on something else. So, I saw that on my timeline popping off more and more on Reddit and so on. I was like hesitating, but Frontier themselves seem to have confirmed it's not a leak. It's basically just happened as a Facebook ad, I think it was. Very confusing, very weird, but we're going to look at it because there's some really cool stuff in. First of all, we're getting some really cool shots. Also, it's a vertical video, unfortunately. I guess that is just where you're at social these days. We do get a couple of glimpses at a building, which I'm going to go over rather quickly because, well, actually, you know what? Stop here because we've, look at that. Look at these rock formations over here, some of which look very familiar to the ones we had in the first game. I can definitely tell that these 5 in the row are exactly the ones we had in Planet Zoo 1. I do know my rocks, you know, there's no denial. But these ones over here look to be different. They go a lot more alongside with what Jurassic World Evolution 2 is doing, 3 is doing, being much bigger and bolder, which is really cool because you can actually create some better facades, like kind of rock facades with that one, much easier, which is really cool to have. What I also like is that they seemingly have upgraded the graphics a little bit again, because there was a time when this game looked very, very similar to Planet Coaster 2, and by that I mean the poppiness and the brightness and the tendency to be oversaturated, but as you can tell in some of the frames now in this material, it seems like the old kind of Planet Zoo vibe coming back a little bit more with the realistic colors. And yeah, I mean, that shot over here is absurd. I love it. So the underground view of that hippo. What is also kind of cool, this seems to be exactly, if you look at it closely, that looks to be exactly that scene we've seen in the Shoebill video from the other side. It's basically, you know, on the other side where it does this animation. It looks to be in that wildlife reserve anyways. And then we're back in somewhat of a habitat. We also get a glimpse of the red panda, and it seems like this was also one of the points where people have been a little bit, not annoyed, but they were like, hey, the face may look still too cute. And it almost seems like Frontier has done a little facial overhaul of the red panda. At least that looks a lot less cute and a lot more realistic to how a red panda actually looks. We also get a glimpse at some really cool terraforming over here to put some water in. We get some, you know, placement of water lilies and all that kind of stuff, and how the brushes do work. Very nice, very familiar. And we also get a glimpse at some of the enrichment items. We can quickly peek in here. That seems to be looking all the same. That water thing over here looks to be a bit new. And yeah, well, you also obviously can put some blueprints down where then the animals can climb up. I love how there's so much more weight to the red panda climbing up over here. Look at that one. Very, very cool. And just in general, I mean, this, to be honest, the size of the red panda habitat over here is kind of ridiculous. This might actually be a bit too big. I like these rocks down here with that slight moss over it. Seems to be these kind of dynamic rocks making a return. And we get a lot more footage of the African penguin. We haven't had it. This is seemingly, let's go back for a brief second. This is seemingly that new water trough kind of thing. Hopefully that is going to replace our ugly, hated but beloved water pipe from the first game. You know, it's kind of an ongoing thing, but yeah, here we go. Love the fact that we have enrichment items for underwater now, and you can see there were a couple more to be spotted. So that seems to be that kind of ball we've already seen. There's like somewhat of a buoy. Can't really tell what that one is. Almost looks like a net below or something like that. This is obviously the submarine we already had. Not sure if that looks like an ice shark kind of thing over here on the left-hand side. This could actually be a sand pit, to be honest. Maybe something like that. I don't know. Is there maybe a bit of a... Does they move the menu? Damn it. Would have loved to see what exactly that is. But yeah, so here we have the penguin coming in, and then they do get below the water, and they will be able to swim through that. And in my mind, obviously, that is just how my mind and my brain functioned. My first idea was like, okay, what the heck is happening if I do build like rocks and stuff around? Can I make them swim through these kind of tiny holes and make them go from a left to the right hand side in a habitat, and then again make other animals not pass through this, which would be a natural way to separate animals animals from each other if they want to. But here we get our Przewalski horse, finally. Yeah, very odd that they have made this so weird that all of a sudden this kind of thing. I'm just gonna pause here to see some of the there we go. Wait, hold on. There you go. They're back. Some of the new enrichment items. We've seen in some of the videos already this kind of pot over here, pottery thingy, whatever that is. Then we have some of the perch points. There is a, as you can tell over here, that's like a snake, like a little cobra. Looks like a toy cobra or whatever. I'm wondering if that is also for the Przewalski horse or for what animal that is, because that certainly is a little toy cobra. We can also see that these seems to be like toy panda plushies, or a lot of plushies maybe to play with. I can't really tell what that is. That almost looks like a skeleton on a stick or whatnot, but it could be something completely different. This thing over here is very interesting as well, something to play with. Like, there are a lot of new enrichment items, and obviously the little rubber duck over here. Oh my god, is that fantastic. I love also the video how it's done, how it's now flying in slow motion in a second. Yeah, you got that. Oh, it's so good. They nailed it. I mean, you know, I wouldn't call myself a horse person per se, but I grew up with my mom being in, you know, at the horse station. How's it called? The Reitstall in German, you say. What's that, the ranch? I don't know. But she's been there like every single day almost, and we as kids have been with her. I've been horse riding, doing horse riding ever since I've been at the age of like 12, 13 or so. I was kind of successful, to be honest, but then football just kind of took the place in a way. I still do love horses quite a lot, and I think I still do have like a kind of nice connection to them anyways. But yeah, just to play that Przewalski horse again, because that is obviously the animal we haven't seen so far. Really love that this one is going to come back. It was one of my favorites from the conservation pack, and then we have also seen a little one. We've seen that one. Look at that. There's a little one. So cool. And yeah, very fine how they did this. Very fun to see how they play with the rubber dog, and also how they seem to integrate a lot more enrichment items, plus the fact that the habitat itself is becoming more of an enrichment for the animals themselves as well, like scratching at trees and all these kind of things. Really damn good. Love it. But yeah, there's really not that much more we can talk about. Just having a look at the model, I'm very happy with the model of the Przewalski horse. It seems to be very nice, very nicely done. The mane and stuff looks obviously a lot better, and the fur, and just like in general, you know, the new shader, you can see the game really takes benefit of that. But yeah, overall, I'm very excited about this random news, I should say. Very confused, to be honest. I didn't expect this to happen, but here we are. And well, I do have to reschedule my stuff then a little, because honestly, today I didn't plan to make a video, but like, you know, there's been a couple of videos these last couple days. I need a break, but there's so much more coming. Next week, Planet Coaster 2 announcement stuff and like release. We all know what's coming, so that is going to be exciting as well. And just in general, a lot coming up these days. I really hope you guys enjoyed this little overview. I'm gonna talk to you in the next one, and if you want to do me a favor, please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, or use my instant gaming link in the description down below. If you need any game or in-game currency or whatnot, go via this link, support me directly, and make yourself a bit happy. So that is fantastic if you would consider doing this. But we see each other in the next video. Until then, have a fantastic weekend. Bye.